Good evening and welcome to our final Blueprints stream. I am excited because we are going to, spoiler alert, the atelier today, and hopefully going to be able to get to the one last major discovered, confirmed puzzle that exists in the game. We are at the whims of the words are hard. We're at the whims of the coat check because we still need the still water to be able to access the atelier. But we are set up for access as soon as we can get that, because we have the secret passage in the outer room ready to draft. So we are doing our best to find just what we need. The two strategies that come to mind are, one, we can do Banner of the King on blue to try to get the coat check. I don't think that's the way to do it, because I feel like we're going to get cooked by all the dead-end rooms that will show up before the rare coat check. And two, we could do Banner of the King on green, try to get the Solarium, and hope that reveals the coat check like last time. So I think we're going to do that, but I do want to get couple of rooms first. Do the dining room because we are going to need steps, and we want the steps as we go outside, especially. So, contrary to what I just said, we are going to do the Banner of the King here because we want the terrace if we can. Tempting to take the solarium there, but terrace first so that the green rooms don't cost gems. And we do want the conservatory here. All of these I think are okay. We're just trying to get mostly the coat check and the planetarium to show up there so that we can make the planetarium infrequent and the coat check more frequent. We are trying to draft the observatory early at this point. I did look up the full path of stars because I'm at the point of being content with the ending of this game and being willing to learn more things that are interesting than I am focused on trying to avoid things that I don't know. And so there are a lot of, because the Spiral of Stars is the does it never end, there is a lot of speculation on what it could still mean. We will actually put the solarium here. No shovel, that's fine. There's a lot of very fascinating speculation about this game in general that I love reading. And so I'm very excited for if they do another patch that adds cutscenes and whatnot. We can only still have a shovel, but if we get the courtyard, we're almost certain to find. And see, also, I was secretly hoping for this. Got this bunch of gems, and we want to place the study as soon as we can as well, so that we can reroll if needed. But courtyard for luck. Metal detector is okay. Could be better. We could redraw for more luck, but I think we're going to take the showroom. The emerald bracelet and the silver spoon are both good, and we'll happily take a moon pendant as well. Not that we really need the emerald bracelet, per se. But it does help with stuff like this. Probably not going back to room 46 anytime soon. We can do the Nook. Magnifying glass. We don't need to buy keys. We can do the workshop, because this can also give us good items sometimes. Nope, we're just gonna get a brass compass, and that's okay. We want the kitchen. Since we have the spoon, we're gonna want to be able to buy more steps. Parlor's probably good. A box next to this box contains gems. A box next to this box is true. Only one statement is true. If this is true, then this would also be true, so this can't be true. Which means this is false, and then this is true, and then this is true. So a box next to the black box contains the gems. My heart has stopped stopping every time I open the boxes, because I'm more confident that I have the correct answer. And wow, we really are lucky today. We're gonna go down here first. We're low on coins, but with the sale, we should be fine as soon as we get the... yeah, we're gonna put the study here. As soon as we get the kitchen, we should still be in luck enough to afford most things. We need to make sure, well, okay, make sure. It would be beneficial if we could get to rank 8. Worth checking to see. Sometimes, yeah, sleeping mask is pretty good. Won't need to go back to the boudoir per se, but we go back in and out of the bedroom at no cost. Yeah, we can do the aquarium. Commissary is tempting. Redraw here though. Ballroom is awful. Rumpus room gives us a few more coins, so we get the kitchen, that's good. Dark room's pretty bad. Bunk room's not great. Do the commissary, sometimes they sell salt, and that's also good. The shoes are also weak. And yeah, we'll buy a sledgehammer. We don't need the gems. We're gonna need more keys. I think the foyer is probably good. Guaranteeing unlocks on doors is good. Yeah, we'll take the kitchen even though it points in a bad direction. Yes. We'll stock up on steps. I would rather not buy bacon and eggs, I think. We can buy that on our way back, if we so need. Vestibule's probably okay. We could get cooked, but now we have a ton of steps, so it's not going to matter nearly as much. I don't want to go to the Lost and Found. Patio, perfect. Or we just have the coat check. We're here for the coat check. Ooh. I think in our dreams, we want to get to the dining room having a meal. I also forgot to grab the frickin' lunchbox. Corridor is always left unlocked, and I think that's going to be the best hope until we can find more keys. We're going to redraw, because when we put the code check here, it's all good. East Wing Hall gives us 2 open doors, because we have the foyer. I think that's good enough. Trophy room gives us a bunch of rerolls, so I think we'll take that. The music room could have been good, just giving us keys. We haven't run into security doors, because why would we run into security doors when we have the key card? Again, heaven forbid, but here's the code check. So we got there anyway. So now I just have to make sure I don't reflexively press E when I walk into a green room. It refills itself, which is convenient for sure. Okay, and we'll buy the bacon and eggs now that we don't need to draft again. Happened a lot faster than I was expecting, to be honest. I don't know how much we'll actually be able to explore in the atelier. How much meaningfully we'll be able to explore. We can just sit and solve all the Morajai boxes, but I believe they only have clues in them rather than ta-da! Still water tints blank books, as they say. Ta-da! So this is the atelier. This is where the original designer of the room system, drafting room system, Lady Arave, who studied at Kararaka University, came up with all of the main houses or main rooms of the manor, the main 45 rooms in the directory. When first I embarked upon this project, it was my intent to craft inviting rooms that might appeal to the citizens of the realm. I had even secured an arrangement with a local firm which was to oversee the mass production of the floor plans. Yet now, after walking the halls of my work, I must confess that I have grown altogether too attached to these rooms. They have become a part of me, and, knowing how little regard is often shown for that which I hold sacred, I find myself unequal to the selfless task of sharing them with the world. I am content with this resolution, for this house and the 45 rooms therein are more than the best work of my career. They are home. Lady Arve, project completed November 1913. Three primary colors through my primary paths. I don't know how many primary paths are needed. Because this is the blueprints of Mount Holly. So I've pulled up the path that we need to take to get to the main reward here. You go in here and it is an outline, a rough draft of a version of the house. Where there are lanterns hanging from the ceiling with suspicious colors. And there are a lot of steps that you can spend in here. So we're gonna go through each room in the blueprints counts as a step, and each room has its own two-picture puzzle completely different from the original one. We can also solve these too, but I'm not writing anything down because it's going to be way too much. So this is heart and sharp, presumably. So the S is here. And then there's a Morajai puzzle box in each room that has a specific okay, yeah. Has in it a word, and then there's something that you do with all of the words here. Well, I think all of the words are a poem that, again, we can get into after we go through, but what you're supposed to do is, starting from the blue lantern, turn left at every red lantern, turn right at every orange lantern, and go straight at every blue or purple lantern. And so we're gonna do that and see if we need to do anything else first. I'm pretty sure this is, and there are their own gallery puzzles here with the letters moon. Again, lots of things that the internet can explain if you're interested. Date, calendar, date and weight, but that's not exactly the right scheme. Weight and 8, W-E-I-G-H-T, so this is a W. It's also a blue one. I forget what blue does. I also don't know what brown does. Yellow ascends, as I recall. We truly don't need to solve all of these, but it's something we can fiddle with if we wish to. We came in from an orange, you need to go out to an orange. Which way did we come in from, though? We don't show up on the I think we came in from that side, and you can see the front door, I guess, the entryway. Okay. So this way, right. Right at the next lantern is the library. Pearls, string, beds, beads, beds and beads. So an A. Those boxes here. Pink rotates. Orange will copy. If they are sandwiched or surrounded by. What? Anyway. Red lantern. Turn left. Red lantern, turn left. Can't interact with those, which is fine. Lace, string, spear, point, sharp, string and sting. Purple we go through. Signs. This looks like a pot. Pot post, perhaps. Oh. Anyway, I'll read out the full poem and the other clues after we try this. Here's the billiards room. I said billiard rooms. Here's the ballroom. Ballroom. let's see. Through the spare room, snail and sail. Here is the room 46. This is a different room if you don't follow that straight, same path. And most importantly is this. The last will and testament of me, the Baroness Arabe. I, Arabe of Mount Holly, architect, mother, and reluctant Baroness, being weak of body but of perfect mind and memory, thanks be to Arinda, do make and ordain this document my last will and testament. As I commit my final wishes to paper, may it be done so in the tapestry and color of my life's work. May it be written under the tree of creativity and in the shade of truth that has sheltered my loved ones from the villainy of country and countrymen. In that same spirit of defiance, I hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore printed on common hueless parchment. I, first, being somewhat religious, give my soul to Rinna, and my ashes to Vea, and my remainder to man, as will be detailed in the pages and clauses that follow this foolishly superstitious passage. In the second order, should my husband, Baron Thomas Sinclair, survive me, I grant to him his choice of sentimental keepsake he may wish to retain in remembrance of me. As our union was never founded on material dependency, I make no provision for his future, nor for my eldest son, Herbert S. Sinclair, as he will, in due course, inherit his father's titles, enterprises, and fortune. However, the estate of Mount Holly, its many floor plans and storied secrets are mine and mine alone to grant, and I have neither pledged nor suggested it will be granted to either of my children, for the details concerning its disposition to follow. I do, in the third order, bestow upon my youngest son, Simon, my library, including its books, manuscripts, and musings. For I have long believed that Simon, much like myself, finds greater delight in the realm of imagination than in the mundane realities of everyday life. I hope he cherishes these books, for within their pages lie doorways to endless worlds of wonder and knowledge. In the fourth order, one that I suspect will intrigue those I leave behind far more than the previous provisions, I hereby bequeath the entirety of the aforementioned estate of Mount Holly to the individual that discovers the hidden rooms that contains the blue pages of this document, hence styled the Blue Testament of Arve. It is my firm belief that the challenge of uncovering this secret far outweighs any other measures of worthiness, and thus I entrust my beloved home to that deserving successor, without regard to the years that may pass or their familial connection to my descendants who may have incidentally assumed possession of the estate in the interim. In the event that any of my relations or future kin are living on the estate when this worthy successor locates the Blue Testament, measures shall be taken to ensure their continued residence without fear of eviction or forced removal. The estate, being of generous size, is more than capable of accommodating multiple parties without inconvenience. It is with the understanding, however, that preparations for eventual relocation should be made, as such leniency will not be afforded to subsequent generations. I do hereby constitute and appoint my colleague and fellow practitioner of architecture, Cortorus Alicius Aaron of Trinsdale, the exclusive charge and office of executrix of this instrument. If ever the 46th room of my Mount Holly is discovered, and the Blue Testament of Arve be delivered unto her hands, or to any of her descendants, I do ordain that they shall bear sole dominion and discretion to override and render null any and all prior arrangements heretofore made in my stead or in the name of my seed. I trust in her and in the generations that follow her to fulfill this role faithfully in steadfast adherence to the wishes laid out in the foregoing pages of this document. Lastly, I leave a final message to my worthy successor, you who have reached this final room. You who unearthed these pages hidden amidst the blueprints, buried beneath cryptic words and the prophecies of the past. You who have spent countless days wandering the chambers and passageways of your own curiosity, scouring for clues, hoping for answers, striving for that which you knew might forever elude you. To you, for whom satisfaction is a fleeting companion, to you who stands now at the end of your journey, triumphant, exhausted, and justly proud, to you I grant that which in my life I have given to no other, my esteem. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 16th day of April, 1952, Arave, Mount Holly. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. That's good to know. Oh yeah, because it copies whatever's in the middle square. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Blue. Interesting. Ah, I see. Okay, because in the other side of this room, the word truth is present, but blue can substitute that in shade of blue. Okay, so I don't know. I might could post a link. I'll post the link into the chat for the page I'm referencing. Please be discreet in your reading and sharing of this link. But if you scroll down to the full Atelier map with solutions, it has all of the down and dirty foundational things to look for. So, most importantly, there is a poem associated with how you're supposed to follow the instructions in the instructions to get here, which is through lantern light in sketches cast, a tint of truth or blue to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light in shadows past, we seek what's left of the lies we cast. The inference is that lies are associated with Fen Aries, so you turn left at red lanterns. Wisdom is often associated with the Raha. Kararika. And so you turn right at the shade of wisdom, and then to pass a shade of rain to pass the light, and Araha is known for its rain. Then with all of the paintings, the two paintings in each room, those spell out these vying plans forge barren crest among a Huam blessed. Huam is Arahan for new house. As stated on this wiki, that it is unclear currently what that's supposed to mean. So this is the antechamber. And when you open you can't open this door, I guess, unless you have a specific path that you've followed. So what we're going to do is go follow one of those paths. And I think we can spend 3 days following each path. Once you once you tint the blue book, it will always show up, and we have another 4 days of the Blessing of the Monk. So, and also we can amuse ourselves by coming up with these win and wine, I believe, because they are again an entirely new set of puzzles, which is kind of cool. Tree and 3 probably. Year and year. Rot and trot. Assuming that banana is rotting. Anyway, okay, so let's make our way back to the entrance. This is a red lantern. Leads down here. There's also a sequence of, or a pathway from the front that follows exactly the same colors of light. Here's the foundation. Genuinely a little scared of falling in there. That's the ballroom again. We can go all the way down this way. And having the running shoes alleviates much of the burden of exploring these rooms. So here's the entryway. Painted door rather than an actual one. Pane and can. Anyway, okay. So let's see if we can. We'll go with the purple one. Well, yeah, we'll go for the purple first. It's the maid's chamber. Cog and clog, perhaps? Is that a clog? Yeah. Pie. And pie. That's fun. Out here, over, around, here, take the corner, take the corner, scroll up my map. The hallway, farm and arm. And pen and open is what it says is the solution here. It's fascinating. This says it's spike and pike, which I think is a little incorrect, but not my house, not my kids, as they say. tie and pin. Ah, okay, yeah, so it does reveal a different thing. This was not the true path. Kind of you to let us know. Ear and ear. Wind in there. See, this one's kind of clever. This one says it's Noel and novel, which I think is cool as well. For what it's worth, I'm not currently looking at chat because I have the other page pulled up. So if you do have a comment to share, please be forgiving as I may take a bit to see it. This says place and lace, first place and shoelace, which is kind of fun. Anyway, let's go reset the day and take a different path and see, because one of them has something neat behind it, I thought. I don't fully understand this puzzle and all of the things that are represented here. Again, do reading if you are interested in learning more. The most interesting element is that there are more Ajay boxes that have different, two different solutions that you can get. Yeah. I'm sorry, I said two solutions. Two different, goodness, what's the word? Two different nations represented. Oh, we were so close. There we go. Because then we turn the black one. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Comb and cob. Interesting, interesting. Again, I keep checking my map reflexively. It will not help us here. We should be able to go out this way. Just go out this way. Okay. Yeah. And if the gods of random number generators are generous, we will keep the running shoes for our next day. Almost screwed it all up because we need to end our day in the secret passage if we want to try again. We don't need to go into the house at all if we don't want to. The only real reason to do so is if we hear that we will be low on steps. I think we will be good since we know the path. We're not researching here. We already know the path that we're trying to take. I will merely grab the allowance. Because we have the gem that we need to draft the secret tunnel, secret passage. Following these paths takes you through a number of rooms that form their own anagram as well, which correlates to the gallery. The length of each series of letters correlates to the gallery hidden here, containing the letters as well. And if we get to the right room this time, we're gonna go red. Follow the red lantern path. I don't think this is the one that leads to where we need it to go for explaining those words, but the reason that this puzzle box has both red and green solutions is that both red and green lantern path go through it. Anyway, I think this is the right way, because we would be able to see through. I'm gonna go here and then follow up pretty far. I didn't even bother to check what we got, but we did not keep the sneakers. Making sure that I follow the correct path, because I don't want to try to do this again. Yeah, okay, cool. This was not the true path as well. Okay, so maybe orange leads it, or I'm just way off, and all three paths lead this way. All three paths do activate, and that's one of the ways to know that it's a valid clue, as it were, for the main event. We'll follow the purple path back out, I think, because that'll take us through all of the purple rooms. And that might be where it is, where the secret clue is relevant. It's also possible that it's... Anyway, yeah, again, I truly don't understand this puzzle, so hopefully some other enterprising YouTuber has made a meaningful video explaining all of the fun secrets here. And I repeat again, hopefully we will get more context and or content when next we get a patch for this game. what we're looking for is the bedroom, I think. No. Let's see. Where are we? Let's see. Green, purple, purple. Probably here. Yeah, okay. So we have enough steps that we can quickly detour up to gallery here. We can't input solutions here, but each of the different paths that we take go through a number of rooms that correspond to these blank things, and each of them also contains at least one of the letters here. So the red room goes through, the red root goes through E or M, P, T, Y, and E, and says empty. The orange root goes through M-O-R-P-H-E and spells mother. The purple root goes through L-E-F-O-S-N-E, which spells oneself. And then the true root goes through S-W-A-N-S-O-N-G, spelling swan song. Somewhere I was reading that there is a room that has 4 beds, and the 4 beds correspond to an empty bed, one for mother, one for myself, one for swan song, presumably Lady Arve. Luna Chris, number 1. I'm doing okay. I'm happy that this is the last stream we have of Blueprints. Otherwise, I am still simply baffled by how much people have studied these things and how people actually figure this out. Yeah, okay. So we can go and we can follow the orange path just to make sure that it is equally fruitless to do so. Yep, this one. Otherwise, we'll probably just spend one more day trying to get to room 46 and just ending poetically there, because there's still a lot of puzzles that haven't been counted for. And I'm pretty sure that I spoke incorrectly earlier. It's not the beds that are empty. I'm pretty sure it refers to the busts in room 46, which we can then demonstrate. If once we get to room 46 again. But yeah, we'll go back and do one more run through the Mount Holly blueprint. One of the main puzzles that still hasn't been linked to anything is the poem in the clock tower, the Sacred Hour poem. I don't have the whole thing memorized, but something like, what easterly winds followed by westward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. that hasn't necessarily been pointed to anything as far as reading different chat threads on Reddit has revealed. Then as mentioned earlier, there are more people watching, so I'll repeat it again. Each room has its own set of 2 pictures, completely different from the ones in the main Mount Holly. It's similar to the if we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Similar to that puzzle, this one says instead, these vying plans forge barren crest among Huam blessed. Huam being the Arahan word for new house. So it's unclear whether that relates to anything or not, what these vying plans are. It might just be the idea of the ideological differences for the different colors of floor plan. But it could be something more. Who the heck could tell except the creator of the game? I'm most interested. They have said that they're going to add a cat that you can find and interact in the house. Find and interact with in the house. That will just wander around. Apparently in the kitchen, if you draft it earlier in the day, it will have a full food bowl. And then if you go back later, the food bowl will have been eaten from, which I think is very cute. And then, of course, how could we forget Dirigiblocks, the overhyped game that they are adding to flesh out things. No, don't go into that room. Go here. Go through again. Here's the orange. Again, this was not the trap. Okay, so it is just the main path that gets us to. The room 46 variant here. I just want to see what the room is otherwise. It's the furnace. Lobe, earlobe, and globe, which is kind of fun. I don't want to try to solve that. But yeah, this is, as far as is currently known, the last secret of the game. Hidden behind 3 tiers of extremely complicated puzzles. Because first you need to find the family core, which was absurd. A big old mess. You needed to find the family core proper is from the family crest, from which then you needed to add the 2 digits of the family crest, 53, so 5 and 3, to get the key that you needed to open the door, or the vault door, to get a code that then you cipher all the way to hell and back, trying to get a phrase that then leads you to all this stuff. So anyway, let's call it a day here because I don't want to start with missing steps. And we'll go see if we can get to room 46. Kicks and giggles one last time. And I will pull up chat, so if you have comments, I will now be looking at them more consistently. I haven't solved or I haven't finished the Spiral of Stars yet, personally. That is there's enough with Does It Never End that people believe there is still something there. Because Does It Never End is an anagram of two things that are relevant. If we get the Terrace is tempting, but I have 12 gems, so I think we'll take the Commissary instead. Okay, if we get the library, I can show you, but in the Lost and Found, there's a note that says investors needed sometimes, and that is also an anagram of Does It Never End. And in the library, there's like Twisted Rose Vine, I think. Again, if we get there, we can. I can show you specifically. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Tended Rose Vine that looks like the Spiral of Stars. And then we're not going to go all the way there because that would just take too long, but at the end of the tunnel, words. At the end of the tunnel, there is another reference to the Path of Stars, where if you open, there are 3 boxes. If you open the box that says the journey does not end here, it's empty, but it has on the back of the box inside a depiction of the Spiral of Stars. So, you know, it could be meaningless, or it could be that there is no real end to all of the puzzles that you can find here in this game. I'd be okay with either, honestly. Again, I don't intend to try to find all of these puzzles myself, heaven forbid. I have neither the time, the patience, nor the drive, the sheer unrelenting drive to try to crack puzzles that don't make sense to me intuitively. Which is why I just looked up everything about the Atelier. But Locksmith is probably good, given how few keys we've got. There are people, as far as I know, still trying to crack codes and figure things out. So power to them. I look forward to seeing what they reveal. If the patch comes out, and when it does, I'll think about doing a bonus stream of this game. It'll mostly depend on how quickly people figure stuff out. Because if I can do like a quick stream where I, again, know the answers to things and just breeze through and show things, and that's a good use of time. But if it's just me bashing my head against things, I'm not gonna waste too much time doing that. But I am very interested in Derision Blocks, and I'm very, very interested in the cat. We will want to see if we can get one of the blueprints, because that's going to be easier than going to the basement, but we can always just go to the basement because it's not that hard. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, the breaker box is probably fine. Off, on. Still haven't figured out whether there's the laboratory experiment that puts dig spots on the driveway. I haven't figured out whether that does anything, real or not. And again, I would like to know whether it's a thing or not. Being able to words. In the letter left to Simon, Herbert Sinclair says that he would like to be buried under the oak on the drive, or not on the drive. The only big tree that we can get access to is on the driveway. He'd like to be buried under a tree where the vines give a sense of life, or something very poetic that I really liked when I read it, but don't remember clearly right now. Because we could do the weight room here, go back up through the dining room with the friggin'... Nah, we don't need the weight room. Don't need a weight room, I don't think. Because we have one door open, we just need to make sure that we can get to that side, which we have a pretty good route to do so from. That's a terrible chapel, but it probably is good enough. I've been blatantly ignoring a lot of pickupables because I've been chatting rather than trying very hard. Because once you get a number of upgrades, it's much easier to get to room 46. This is the walk-in closet. And the shoes. Rarely am I happy to see them, but I'm happy to see them today. I don't have a sledgehammer, but I think it's worth opening these just in case. Because getting more keys is good. The secret garden key would also be at least a little helpful. But mostly I was hoping for a bunch more gems to help add. I don't really want the pool hall. Mailroom probably not going to do us any good, so I think we'll take the reroll from the planetarium. Mailroom won't do us any good because, again, this is probably the last day of the game that I'll play. Usually a coin on the ground around here. Yeah. Okay. We can save this draft, I guess, if we need something specific. Take the lunchbox now. There's 10 steps or 10 steps, and you never know when you're going to need them. Trophy room was one we were hoping for. Oh yeah, because we got the compass, whatever. That's why it's trying to force the southern star in the sky in the observatory. I clicked on that before I thought. I guess we'll try lockpicking first. Yeah, we'll just go this way. Showroom, if we can get the master key, that solves a lot of our problems. Looked after I said that to remember that I don't have enough money to buy it. Clumsy me. Treasure trove would be great if it pointed a different direction. Well, honestly, getting that much money is probably good enough. It's hard to pick up all the coins here. I didn't really want to pick that up, but we can just set it to black and it won't cause too much issue. Don't really need to open that. I'm pretty sure we already know everything that we need to from that, so we'll take the master key, and even though it doesn't necessarily matter, I'm going to take the moon pendant because it's cool. My cat is screaming. Haven't drafted the kennel yet. That's crazy. Nor are we likely to, given the constraints we're currently under. Redraw first before committing to the rotunda. We'll take the pool. We're probably going to have to put both the weight room and the archives down some wind. We're going to avoid that for as long as we can. We're hoping for the secret garden key. But heaven forbid we be so lucky. There we go. Okay. Now we really need to get good drafts. We have one reroll. 2 gems. Pool hall, probably the best choice. Ah, nice. Half of 18 is 9. Half of 3 plus half of 7. Oh, we love fractions so much. 1.5 plus 3.5 is 6. 5. 5. 1.5 plus 3.5. Half of 3. 1.5. Swapped. Is that 5.1 or is that 51? Oh, it is probably 5.1 minus 5 times 10 gets us to 1. That's actually really cool. Except that was wrong. But not wrong because it didn't reset it. That was weird. Anyway. We just need something that goes across. We just need something that goes across. Ballroom. Certain people were speculating that because this has a glass ceiling, you need to wait until midnight or later to see something through the roof of the ballroom, because it is the in eclipse ball that this picture was taken at. This being one of the pictures in A New Clue. Presumably there is some kind of significance to it. We learned that this is a year before Lady Arve wrote her new will. Or the year of, one of the two. It was 52 or 53. I don't remember exactly what year she died, but regardless, here we are at the end of all things. Yeah, because there are 4 busts. There is an empty one. Oneself, Mother, and Swan Song, or Herbert Sinclair. Or oneself, Sinclair. No? Because I thought this was Clara Epson, not Marion. Clara Epson was Marion's mother, so I guess it's referring to interesting questions. Interesting questions. Still haven't figured out what's up with these cuckoo clocks. Anyway, this is a great game, by the way. Big fan. Yeah, honestly, we did everything we were going to set out to do. And so I think I'm just going to call the stream early today. Because we get to listen to this great music and call it a day. Thank you all for watching. Many hours were spent playing this game and I had a great time with it. I plan to play Armored Core 6 next on Fridays, starting next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I've decided what I'm going to do on Monday. It'll probably be some chill, easy stream that won't be too taxing, or it'll be something stupidly difficult because I hate myself. We'll see. But next Thursday is also, check my calendar before I commit to something false. Where's my mouse? Yes, next Thursday is when Metroid Prime 4 Beyond comes out. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream it on next Thursday or if I'm gonna wait until another day. It'll either be Metroid Prime Beyond or Tears of the Kingdom on Thursday. So look forward to that. I don't have a video coming out this month. I posted a tier list video that my friend Michael and I did, which was a lot of fun. Tier list for Hades 2, various boons that you can get. And yeah, next month, I hope to make a new video. Hopefully something more than just a tier list, but we'll see. So yeah, that's all I've got. Yeah. This game isn't nominated for Game of the Year, full-on Game of the Year. It's got a lot of other nominations that I think it deserves. I think it's esoteric enough that I don't think it should have been a Game of the Year nominee, but it's truly something special. There aren't games like this per se, and I am sad that there aren't a lot of games like this. At some point I'm going to play Return to the Obra Dinn, which is apparently very similar, and there's Lorelei and the Laser Eyes that I would like to play at some point, but yeah. Anyway, that's enough rambling for me. I hope you all have a good weekend. I hope you have good plans, and if you don't have good plans, I hope that not having good plans is good for you. Finally, once again, thank you for watching. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you liked watching and enjoyed my content and my rambling. And otherwise, bye-bye!